Have you ever gone to the store shopping and decided to buy yourself an anime figure, and you get home, you put it together, and realize the plastic stand it comes with absolutely sucks? Well, I have, and I absolutely hate it, so today I'm doing something about that, and I'm gonna make an awesome stand for my Rock Lee figure. Let's go. So to start off, I need to make this thing feel a bit more alive and not so flat. I mean, I know the character is based off of a 2D flat image, but even the show had more 3D effect with its shadows than this guy has. So to do this, I actually grabbed some of my alcohol markers and went in and created some shadows to this. I wanted it to have a subtle look to it, so I made sure to dab off some of the extras with a Kleenex. I think the hardest part was finding colors that worked well for shadows out of the markers that I have. But in the end, I think I found some colors that worked pretty well. One thing I noticed is that if you put way too much alcohol marker on the surface of this vinyl, it actually can cause some micro cracking in the figure, so if you do this at your own risk. Once I had the shadows in, I needed to add a little bit of highlight to this so I can really catch the lights that I'm going to put on this baby. For this, I just pumped out a little bit of white paint from one of my paint markers and did a dry brush of the figure. Sometimes I forget to wipe off the brush at first when I'm doing dry brush work, so I always have a Kleenex with me or a paper towel with me because it is bound to happen at least once. Once I felt this was ready and looked good enough, it was time to start making the base for this thing. And to make the base, I did this in 3 layers. One, the top layer was going to be cork, and then 2 foam layers underneath. The cork was used for the top layer because I really wanted it to look like it had some punch with him powering up. And I really wanted the ground around him to look like it is just being pulled up from all the power.
Not when I shift into maximum overdrive. Hi-ya!
Cork is perfect for this because once you paint it, the cork can actually look a lot like rock. So after cutting the placement out for his feet, I had to go through and do the arduous task of ripping up a bunch of corkboard in random chunks to look like rock and slowly glue them in place. And I ran out of my accelerator for my super glue, so I had to do this the slow and painful way and basically just place the items and propping each chunk up until the glue is set. But this was the point I was starting to get really excited for the outcome of this stand. It had just the right amount of oomph to really capture what the figure is trying to portray without removing too much of the focus from the character. And I mean, pretty much everyone here who likes anime, and even those who don't like Naruto all that much, still love the first time Lee started opening the gates and tried to take on Gaara. It's just one of those moments that most anime fans know of even without really enjoying the show itself. It just kind of has that same impact to the anime community as when Goku first transformed into Super Saiyan. It's just hard to not get pumped when you see that scene. All that being said, it was time to start making the cork look a little bit more like rock itself. So I got my mini airbrush out and started airbrushing some oakish brown color onto it. Once it was dry though, I kept going in with more and more layers of browns and blacks until I was really happy with the overall tone of the color. I let it sit for a little while to fully dry, and while I was waiting, I mixed a little bit of white glue and water so I could start applying some grass. For this, I am using a mix of different colored greens and yellows of miniature grasses to really give it a little bit more of a realistic look to it. And now it is time to start adding the piece that's really gonna make this stand, well, stand out. The lighting. I wanted to really make this seem like I had the greenish aura surrounding his body as he's opening up the gates. So I got this flexible green filament to get the job done. Now I thought I ordered a longer strip of it though, so I originally made the armature behind him much more big and kind of grandiose. And when I got it, I was like, wait, this isn't the 10-inch one that I realized I'm a smooth brain idiot and I ordered ordered the 5-inch one, but that's okay, I made it work anyways. Once the wiring was done, I wanted to slightly hide it so it still looked really cool, even when you didn't have the lights on and having just this LED wrapped around his body and the wire. So I got some cotton balls out and started ripping them apart and gluing it around the LED and the wire to make it look a little bit more like smoke and dust that's being picked up off the ground. And to finish all of this off, I just needed to paint the smoky dirt and add a couple more details and it's done. Shall we take a look at the final results? Let's do it. Thank you so much for watching this video till the end. If you enjoyed it, please let me know down below in the comments and let me know if you want to see more of these, because I have a lot more figures on my shelf that could use a facelift. In the meantime, make sure you check out the video on the screen right now where I completely transformed an old skateboard into an awesome piece of art. And like always, keep drawing, and until next time, bye!